So what do Americans really think about the war and about Joe Biden and the Biden administration? Have they stepped up to the challenge? Let's bring in my friend and fellow American singer and activist, and you know what? Patriot. A patriot. Ted Nugent, what do patriots think about what's going on in Ukraine with Russia and how our administration is dealing with it?
Well, number one, Eric, I'm honored and humbled that I actually connect with the pulse of real patriots, working hard, playing hard Americans every day. I'm glad you had Peter Navarro on because his book title pretty much says what's on the minds of great Americans right now, that this is Trump time. And we know that none of this happened under Donald Trump because he always negotiated to make America stronger, make America safer, make peace through superior firepower, not just in hardware, but in heartware, in mindset, in spirit, in attitude, and actions. So America is so pissed off right now. Their frustration level and the pain and suffering is palpable. But number one, everybody is praying for the innocent citizens in Ukraine. We know that the Ukraine government is corrupt. We know that Putin is a monster. But mostly, I got to tell you, Eric, as concerned as we are about those innocent victims over there, we are just aghast that we don't secure our borders, that we don't stop the flow of fentanyl into our country, killing more Americans than our Ukrainians dying, that the anti-gun people in this country are going berserk trying to disarm Americans while they celebrate the distribution of Kalashnikov machine guns to the people of Ukraine. They literally can't have it both ways, but they're so dishonest, so corrupt, so out of their minds and soulless that it's really exposing them to what used to be the middle ground, the moderates in America. They're starting to see the level of indecency and hypocrisy and dishonesty and abuse of power by our own government. And my buddies in military and law enforcement, they're more angry than anybody because they see that their commander-in-chief is at least dangerously inept, but more often than not, treasonous in his actions, turning his back on American people. So that's the pulse of America out there. And believe me, it's an accurate one.
Ted, let me ask you, do you think, now I see polls about Americans are okay with higher gas prices if it means pulling out of Russian oil, but do you think this whole idea of we don't want to get involved and help those poor people in Ukraine because if our Peter Navarro said it, if our fingerprints are on it, it might start World War III? Or do you think there are people who are saying, all right, enough is enough. He can't be that ridiculous, and we would, if NATO would decide to go at it with Putin, it would be over fairly quickly. Where do Americans feel is the right? What's our involvement? What level of involvement we should be?
Well, the best and most accurate representation to answer that question comes from the great Americans exercising their First Amendment in Washington, D.C. right now. Those great families that are driving trucks and bring us our supplies and our fuel and our food and our medicine and our fertilizer and our very source of quality of life in America. That truck convoy pretty much says it all. And Eric, God bless you, because you are the master American at spotlighting cockroaches, both foreign and domestic. But again, the majority of Americans are worried about the domestic cockroaches. Yes, we pray and we want to help those innocent victims wherever they may be. But it's not just Ukraine. It's going on in Somalia and in the Sudan and in Mexico, right across the river from where I'm sitting. We've got tyrants murdering their own citizens, and we have a president in the White House and his administration that is just welcoming the flow of fentanyl that are killing hundreds of thousands of Americans. So my priority is always family, community, country, and then the rest of the world. And our American house is not in order. So that's the priority consideration across this great land, is we want leadership in this country. Republicans, where art thou? We want leadership in our country that secures our house before we worry about other people. And there's always been cycles of indecency and demonicy, and that's what we're witnessing with Putin and Zelensky over there. And it's always happened. The German people looked the other way when the trains of Jews were going by, screaming and crying. Yeah. tears of agony and fear, and the Germans look the other way. Americans are not looking the other way, and that truck convoy. I got to tell you, Eric, that's the real America that I support.
You know, Ted, we've had them on every single day, even though there's a lot of breaking news geopolitically around the world. Ted Nugent, always good. You make such a great point. The same people are saying arm those people in Ukraine to let them protect themselves are saying take those guns out of Americans' hands so we can't protect our own front yard. Ted Nugent, thanks for being here. Appreciate you, my friend.
Well, thank you, Eric. God bless real America.
I want to say this too. Be sure to get Ted's new album, Detroit Muscle, with his great new rock and song, American Campfire, on April 29th.